Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies, Nurse New Bulletin, your host Leroy, aka What It Is, What It Was, and What It Will Be, with my co-hosts.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Pergolicious.
Okay. And we're back with another episode. And I had to turn Goldman down for a second. And we're just gonna jump into it. Like I said, we actually have here comes the AI. Here comes the artificial intelligence. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pay them money. Make them stop or something. I don't know. We're back with another episode, and this is technically going to be the Vidja game episode. This is going to be chock full of Vidja game and comics. Because we got a ass load of comics we got to talk about today. Like, for some reason, Marvel and DC just lost their minds, just like, here, have all this shit. So we're going to talk about a bunch of comics.
They couldn't have spaced it out. They decided to drop everything that I'm reading this week.
Right. They got to meet their quota, I guess, for some reason. So we're just gonna jump into it. So no dilly dallying. Well, a little dilly dallying. Let's dilly dally a little bit. Let's do it. Because one thing we're not gonna talk about, Eli. And I'm pretty sure you didn't, but I'm gonna just ask anyway because if I'm wrong, I'll eat a cheeseburger. Did you watch One Piece?
No, sorry.
I knew it. I knew you didn't watch it. That's cool. I didn't watch it either. I didn't give a fuck about it. Look, like I said, I know people are going to jump in and be like, what do y'all think about One Piece? What are you going to talk about One Piece? Now, I keep telling y'all, this is the comic book bullies, not the anime bullies, not the manga bullies. We don't do that shit. We over here.
Yes, we have to reiterate.
Right. We got to say that all the time. Yeah.
We are old.
Right. So whatever weird shit that's going on right now, we're not that now. We will do anime if it's in the 90s and before. That's our cutoff point. So that's it. Dragon Ball Z, yes, that's the 90s because it debuted in the 90s in Japan. It counts. Anything new, like 2010s, all this new shit, even though I don't know when One Piece came out. It might have been fucking 80s. I don't know, the 70s. I don't know. I'm not watching the shit. I might eventually get around to doing it. Who knows? But
we still call it Akira, not Akira or whatever these kids say these days.
Right, because that's when we watched the shit. And when Funimation had it back then, that's what they called it because they didn't know how to pronounce it either.
Yeah.
So they just went there.
It was Canada, not Canada or whatever the hell.
Right. So that being said, we are going to make one anime reference because we do watch a little bit of anime. Now we're going to bring
Voltron?
No, Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh.
Now the reason I'm bringing up Megan Thee Stallion is because do you notice something on this picture? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what you want me to notice, but yeah, I know.
Probably not. Probably
I don't know
not.
What you're looking at.
Okay.
Nerd. Fucking nerd. I don't know what you nerds are looking at.
See, you gotta look deeper into it. See, I did research on it. We should posted this on an IG page. Yeah, because I was just browsing her Instagram page like that, and I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks familiar because the robe she's wearing is the same robe from the Atakashi, and I may be screwing it up, tribe from Naruto. So now you see the connection.
I do know what Naruto is, yes.
Yeah, now we see the connection. So, like, you calling me a nerd, Megan Thee Stallion is a nerd. She's the real nerd here.
She's fucking referenced anime in her songs.
I think she dressed up as Sailor Moon in one of the videos, like, I don't know, some weird shit, whatever it was at this point. But that's our anime reference of the day. We've done our due diligence. We've done that. Maybe we'll watch.
We're hip. We're hip and cool, kids.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Hello, fellow kids. Rad. All this shit. Yeah. All right. Now, that being said, we move on to the next part of the podcast. Okay. This is your favorite part of the podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Where
box office numbers?
Box office numbers. You know it was coming. Now, here's the thing. I don't think you're going to guess this one. I don't think you're going to guess this one. I couldn't even guess this one.
And I was just joking about it being the box office numbers. I thought we were going to talk about Ashoka, but
we are. Yeah, that's your favorite part, I know. But yeah, so give it to me, Eli. What is the number one movie of the week? I guarantee you won't get it.
Yeah, because I don't even know what came out this week. All I know is like Indiana Jones is now on streaming. I almost watched it, but I did not.
Disney Plus. It'll be on Disney Plus in a while.
Yeah, I figured it'll be on Disney Plus sooner.
Just like when you bought Guardians of the Galaxy the week before Disney Plus. So
yeah.
But so here's what we got.
I don't know what came out this week. I really don't know.
Okay, here we go. Boom. The Equalizer.
Barbie?
Well, Barbie.
Oh, Equalizer. Oh, okay. Yeah. That came out. Oh, and it's number one?
And it's number one. It beat
shit.
Barbie. Barely. Now,
Well,
we got to talk about Barbie for a second because Barbie, I think this week became the highest grossing Warner Brothers movie ever. Over everything. Aquaman, Dark Knight, Joker, whatever you got. Like, the Barbie is the highest grossing Warner Brothers movie of ever all time. So, pretty impressive. Oppenheimer is almost at $1 billion. You don't see it right there, but Oppenheimer, I think, is at 852 million right now. I don't think it's going to hit $1 billion, but if Oppenheimer hit $1 billion, that's pretty impressive for R-rated movie. So, yeah. But the movie we're going to talk about, which actually hurts me, is Gran Turismo. Oh, and Blue Beetle. Fuck Blue Beetle. But Gran Turismo, that's what we're going to talk about, because that is what we're talking about this week. We're talking about Gran Turismo. We're going to talk about a car movie that's a video game movie. It's all the things, and we're going to talk about that. So that's what we're going to get into it. It was something else on this list I want to talk about also. What was also here? Nope, that's it. That's what I want to talk about. Anyway, shitty weekend for the box office, but that's how it is. It'll probably pick up down the road, or it may not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But let me say, now we move on to the next part of the podcast.
We'll and talk it's about Labor Day weekend too. So
yeah, and you know what's crazy? Like, they had like a cinema day was last weekend. For $4, you can see any movie at the theaters. And I don't know if that helped any, but you know, it was a thing. So yeah. So that being said, we're gonna move on to the next part.
All I saw was a bunch of viral videos of yeah. Okay.
Oh, viral videos of what? You left me hanging.
Up.
No, you're there. You said viral videos.
Viral videos of kids mobbing movie theaters and shit.
Oh, the reason not to go. Gotcha. Because they got nothing else to do. Movie theaters, the only babysitters. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next part of the podcast. We're gonna talk about a movie that I saw that I waited to see it because, like I said, Eli, I know you wanted to watch Ashoka and you want to review Ashoka, and I want to review Ashoka also. So they want to have like too much in this knocking in my head. Like, let me focus on that and just go from there. But now we can actually talk about this movie. I want to talk about Gran Turismo. And yes, I saw the movie, came out of theater. I saw it with the whole family. And it was a very interesting movie. I'm going to break it down. What is it now? As far as Gran Turismo, like I said, this is a video game movie. So we're going to talk about the video game section of it. Eli, you there? You froze up? Oh, well, he's froze. Oh, I thought you froze.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You were just like stuck in that pose for a while. Like, did he malfunction? Did he glitch? You pulling the Mission McConnell?
I think I did for a sec, but
okay.
Because I did not hear you for a second.
Oh, that's probably what it was. Okay. So that's what's going on. So like I said, I have put in a lot of time in Gran Turismo. This is not like a casual game with me. Like I said, the whole 2000 decade was a blur to me for the most part, but two things I do remember: Halo and Gran Turismo. Remember two things. So I put so much out. I put so much time in Gran Turismo that where's that scene? Yeah. Okay. So
you should have been in this movie.
No, not me. You know what? The scene's gone, but that's okay. Yeah, I put so much time in this movie, game that remember in Iron Man 2 when he was fighting Whiplash?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the racetrack and shit.
On the racetrack. I remember the racetrack. It was the Santa Monica racetrack. So where they were fighting, I knew exactly where they were fighting in the game because the same racetrack was in Gran Turismo. So I knew exactly what the scene it was. So, but no, they weren't gonna make a movie about me on this shit. DeAndre, what's going on?
Yeah,
all right, so that's what's going on with that movie. So, what is this movie about? For a lot of people don't know what this movie about. Yes, I know a lot of people didn't play Gran Turismo because I know you wanted to play the fun games. You wanted to play Need for Speed. You wanted to play Burnout. You wanted to play Midnight Club. Hell, Grand Theft Auto because it got racing on it. I get you playing the fun games over here. But the funny thing about Gran Turismo is that we talk about Nintendo has Mario and Sega has Sonic and Xbox has Halo. What does PlayStation have? PlayStation has Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is their best-selling game on every single system. Just look it up. You see it. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. As far as the exclusive games, it's Gran Turismo. Whatever version that is on every single system is their best-selling exclusive game. So that's why I decided to make a game of it. Now, a lot of people, why is it so popular, even though you don't really know anybody that plays it? Because it's popular overseas. It's like soccer. We don't play soccer. We don't know about soccer, but soccer is huge everywhere else but here. Same way. So, matter of fact, PlayStation in general is more popular everywhere else. Like Xbox popular in America, but PlayStation popular, way more popular everywhere else, other than Japan. But no, especially Japan. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. This movie is based on a true story about a real life guy that was sitting in his basement playing video games, playing Gran Turismo, and his score was so high that they decided to Nissan decided to sign him to a contract, train him for real, and put him on a real racetrack with the best racers in the world. And spoiler, I'm gonna spoil it for you. He became so good that he raced the Le Mans track, which is the hardest track in the world for anybody to race, and he placed third in that shit. The Le Mans track, if you've seen Ford versus Ferrari, which is to me the best racing movie of all time, that's the ending of that track, of that game, of that movie. So he raced that in real life. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So that's what's going on with this movie right there. So this guy did it in real life, raced it out of nowhere. Matter of fact, he was like 19. One of the things, like, his parents were like, okay, yeah, we love you, but you don't have a job. You work in retail, and all you do is sit at your house and play PlayStation all day. When you go move the fuck out the house, you know.
So it's kind of like The Last Starfighter in a way.
Okay, break down Last Starfighter. I heard that before, but I remember, but I don't remember it. So what was
old
Last Starfighter
80s
about?
movie where the kid was really good at that video game, that space video game, and then aliens come and say, hey, we're going to recruit you for our army, and he goes up in space and flies the spaceships for real and helps them win the galactic war and shit.
Yeah, that's that.
80s gem. Yeah,
Yeah,
80s
that's exactly the plot. Yeah, exactly what you just said. Like I said, he wasn't by space. This actually really happened. That's the crazy thing about it, because some crazy ass executive was like, let's take some gamer kids and put them in real cars and just see what happened. Everybody was like, okay, that's fucking crazy. These kids could get killed. These kids could die. Yeah, but we'll make money off of it. You know, that's all he was thinking about. And the sleazy executive I'm trying to see was nope, not that guy. Why am I stuff screwed up?
That's
David Harbour. Now we'll talk about him. That guy, Orlando Bloom, Legolas, or the pirate dude, not Jack Sparrow, the boring one. Him. So he was the he was the snake oil salesman.
Movies. I did forget he was in those movies.
He's in them, but I don't remember his name. And he's the main guy. Like, he's the star of those movies.
Yeah.
All three of them. Whatever, Will Riker, or maybe something. I don't know. That's somebody else. But the point of the movie, like I said, is what I think about this movie. It was directed by Neil Blomkamp, the same dude that did District 9. So they actually got a real director to do this, and you can see it when they do like the racing scene. The racing scene is some of the most exciting racing scenes we've seen in a while in a movie. Like, I was on the edge of my seat. Like, I was in a theater. It wasn't a packed theater, but there was a lot of people in there. And anytime he even passes somebody in the movie, people were excited. You know, like, oh, yeah, you know, because they like got that visceral excitement to it. Like I said, it was white knuckle action. And Eli, look how hard it is for these knuckles to get white. That's how good the racing was in there. So, I never liked that phrase anyway. But
sounds like a great movie,
right? But like I said, this was the main guy in the movie. His name was whatever, I can't remember. He was cool. He was all right. He did what he was supposed to do. He didn't have like magnetism or charisma, anything like that. But he was cool. The point of the movie was the main to go see the movie is actually David Harbour. David Harbour not only stole the movie, he carried the movie. The whole reason to go see the movie is to watch him. He's the Mr. Miyagi, the Mickey, the Obi-Wan. He's that guy.
That's mentor.
The mentor. He's the mentor in the movie. You know, the washed up mentor. He had his time in the track, and now he sees a kid with potential. And now, you know, he's basically motivating the kid by, don't end up like me, kid. You know, it's a whole bunch of cliches in this movie that I loved it because those cliches just work, you know. So yeah, he's training the whole time.
What's that? The Will Smith caddy movie? What the fuck?
Basically like that, but yeah. So yeah, but like David Harbour just carries the movie because he's like rough and tough on the kid. But the more they started to develop a relationship, they started to develop like this father-son relationship. So you know, I was loving it. You know, trying to think what else we got in here. Yeah. Where's the guy? Not the guy. Oh yeah. Okay. Jamin Hanju, like I said, we had five brothers. Jamin Hanju is actually the father in the movie, and he was the one, you know, trying to kick his son out the house. Because, like I said, he was a former soccer player, and you know he had fame stuff like that. His younger brother, like his younger kid, was like a soccer phenom, but then he got the oldest kid just sitting at the house playing PlayStation all day and shit like that. So they got
out of the house and do
pretty much, yeah,
like
right, do something with your life. You're not gonna be anything just playing video games and shit. You're gonna be a fucking loser. You know, now I will say that I will spoil one thing because that was the most heartwarming scene in the movie. When at the end of it, when he was about to race Le Mans and his dad shows up at his race, and he's just like, I'm sorry, son, I didn't support you all this time. And he was like, no, Dad, you did support me. And then you look at his racing helmet, and it's got the logo of his dad's, soccer team on it.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like,
nice.
"You supported me the whole time, Dad." And then he like hugged it out and shit. And I was like, "Man, who's chopping onions in here, man?" Like that was an emotional scene right there. So shout out to both of them on that one. I also want to shout out to like the mom of the movie, like his mom. Okay, we had Jaime Hanju, but the mom, I was looking like, okay, she's cool, but like she kind of fine. Like, who's this? And so I started doing some research on the mom, and it turns out the mom
research
was Ginger Spice. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, really?
Yes. I was like, okay, that was odd, but she did a damn good job. She was acting in the movie. So yeah, so everybody was acting up to the top part. The racing scenes were great. And I do love it in the movie that because like I said, he came from the gaming world. So it's like at the end of the movie, like when he started getting in the zone and he like really got into it, like he could start to see like the racing lines on the track. Like he could see it, visual, like almost like Neo in the Matrix. Yeah, like he's beginning to believe. Like it was an exciting moment, man. It was just like I was just loving this shit. What else in the movie? Of course, because it's a sports movie. You gotta have the bad guy. I don't remember his name. I just know I hated this motherfucker. That's all I know. Because he was always doing just asshole, sweep the leg Johnny shit. That's all he was doing the whole time, just racing dirty and shit. So like that. So like I said, bottom line, what I want to say about this movie. Like I said, it is a PlayStation commercial. It is a Gran Turismo commercial. It is a Nissan commercial. This is a 2.5 hour, 90-minute commercial, whatever it is. Yes, but it's also an awesome biopic.
It's 2.5 hours.
I can't remember how long the movie was. What 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever it was. It flew by. The movie flew by. It like had fast pace to us like that. So it had a lot of stuff going on with it. Like I said, it was a great biopic. What else I can say about this movie? Great acting in it. Neil Blomkamp, probably second best movie behind District 9. He's back. I don't know why he's stuck doing these IP movies. He needs to be that guy. He needs to be back in, because he directed the hell out of this movie. Matter of fact, his name probably should have been on the posters. His name was nowhere on the poster, so it should have been there.
Let's see his Snyder cut. Oh,
4.5 hours of racing. Yeah. But overall, Eli, here's what I'm going to say. Shockingly, I know I say this every week, but this is the best video game movie of all time. I know I say that every week, but this
better than Sonic.
better than Sonic and Sonic 2. It's better than both of them. Better than Mario. I saw Mario, but yes, I love the Peaches song. But yes, overall, this is the best video game movie out. This is the one video game movie I would like recommend to anybody. Be like, watch this movie. And if you didn't know it was a biopic, you'd be like, okay, there's no way that shit happened. No way somebody be crazy enough to put that dude that sits on the couch and plays PlayStation all day behind, a race car and be in the most dangerous sport, in the world. Because racing is dangerous. The movie shows you how dangerous racing is. Matter of fact, this movie was like paint by paint, underdog, Rocky Balboa numbers, until it wasn't, because it took some real shit to happen to him. And everybody in the theater was shocked, like, oh shit. I think everybody pulled out their phone and Google, like, did that shit happen? They're like, oh shit, that happened. So this movie does that,
Okay.
Like I said, it's awesome movie. When at the end of the year, this will probably be on my top 10. It'll be on my top 10 somewhere. I don't know where. It'll be maybe low, but it's there. So all I can say to the movie overall, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I want to give it a 4.5 out of 5, but I can't give it a 4.5 out of 5 because the story was a little bit too formulaic. It was a little bit too Karate Kid, Rocky Balboa, No Retreat, No Surrender. Those movies, you've seen them. 8 Mile, you've seen them. The underdog that gets his one shot.
Well, it sounds like they took the video game, movie and put it into that sports movie motif.
Right. But it's just enough video game stuff in here to make it a video game, because when they start racing, you can hear like the PlayStation sound when you start racing in Gran Turismo. Like I said, when the racing lines, that's like straight out of Gran Turismo. When he, like, what place he's in, like if he's in 5th place or 4th place, like the logo on top of his head will show up just like on the video game, So it's video gamey. But like I said, it's enough video game in it to know. And
Reload
this movie
starts flashing on the screen and
all this stuff, yeah. And this
you
movie
know,
sucks the hell out of Gran Turismo's dick. I know it.
press
The movie
X
is
for special move.
yeah, well, it didn't go that far. It didn't go that far, but yeah. But because the movie starts off with just like, and yes, this is Gran Turismo, the best racing game of all time. I'm like, okay, you think high of yourself, just like Forza don't exist, but okay, but yeah. But they really, really, I think the guy that created Gran Turismo even shows up in the movie somewhere. I think, you know, like they do those cameos like Stan Lee. I think he does that in like one scene. So yeah. So overall, yeah, I don't, how the hell this movie is at number what 4? No, y'all motherfuckers went and saw the Flash and complained about this shit, but y'all not seeing this. This is the movie I need to go see. Like, this is the movie I recommend y'all need to go. Everybody go see right now. If this movie was in IMAX or in 4D, I didn't get a chance to see it, and then I went to Vicksburg and saw it. But if it was in IMAX or 4D like this week, I would have saw it again. So I don't know, but that's all I got. Like I said, Gran Turismo is a movie. It's probably one of my sleeper hits of the movie. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves for having this movie this low ranked. So that's all I got. So we can move on to you now. We can talk about your favorite part of the podcast now.
Asuka.
Ashoka.
Asuka.
The reason I'm saying that because just like we said Naruto and what would you say, Akira? That's how they would say it in Japan, especially when it's spelled. They would say Asuka. So yeah. All right, but that's we can move on next to. Okay. Anyway, go see the movie, y'all. Just go see the movie. So
go see. Oh shit! Where did I go? No. Okay.
Stop watching Flash and Shazam 2 and shit. So.
And then bitching about it.
Right, and then bitching about it afterwards.
I saw the Flash. I watched the Flash.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well, thoughts?
It was fine.
Cool. So it was a good movie. Cool. All right. Like I said,
totally.
No, that's fine. That's fine. If you said it's fine, that means it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's perfectly okay. Was it the greatest? No. Was it the shittiest piece of shit that everyone pretends to think they didn't know?
Right.
You know, did it have its flaws? Yeah. Did it have its moments? Yeah. You know,
but you're not allowed to praise the movie anyway whatsoever, according to the internet. So.
I was entertained for a couple hours. You know.
Yeah. Now that being said, we do have to go a little bit further. Okay. Yes, you were entertained. It was entertaining. It was, you know, but at the same time, a movie based on Flashpoint, should it just be okay? Should it just be entertaining?
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think
that's the problem.
Yeah, I think that's the thing where like, and I've said this before. I think we've reached a point where comic book fans want everything in every movie. You know,
why can't we get everything in every movie?
Because it takes 10 years to do that shit, like with Marvel, to make it good.
It took them 2 years to do that shit. When was Flash was like what 2015 or some shit?
Yeah, but to make it, if I think what they want it to be Endgame, they want something on the line of Endgame. The reason why Endgame worked is because they took the time and 10 years to make us fucking give a shit about, you know, Endgame that much. Flash did not do that. You know, it was a rocky road from the beginning, and you know, so a story like Flashpoint, I think deserves like something like that. You know, something a bit more in depth. But I think that's, you know, we're always concerned. Every Marvel show we watch, who's going to be in it, or we're basically watch shit because we want to see who's going to be in the next shit, you know.
Right.
And that's what I think. You know, back to this Ahsoka shit. You know, the Inquisitor is going to be Ezra, or it's going to be Starkiller, it's going to be someone. It's like, will you just watch the fucking show and quit worrying about dragging some other?
But let me ask you this: didn't the showrunners kind of bait the fans on this guy might be somebody or something? Did they not do that?
I didn't. I don't.
Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I was kind of halfway.
I haven't heard anything.
But,
I mean, but then again, I don't know. But no, I mean, there were some moments in Flash where like, wow, that would have been so, like the shit with Wonder Woman and she had the fucking lasso. That was probably my favorite part of the whole movie, where I laughed the most. Like, wow, there's glimpses of what could have been, you know. You know, and I thought, where I generally that's cool. I would like to see more of that. I would like to see more of this Justice League, you know. but oh well. But other than that, I thought it was fine. It was totally like, let's cram as much shit as we can into this movie because that's what comic book fans want.
Right.
We want to
Batman
cram
in
all
the
this
beginning,
shit.
Batman at the end.
Yeah. Let's cram every Batman, cram every Superman, cram every Flash, cram everything into this
Adam
fucking
West.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what comic fans like, right?
Right.
You know,
Honestly, I think they were banking on that to be like the money shot when they just crammed like every damn superhero they could think of, every Superman, every Batman, every Flash or whatever. And but I think honestly, everybody complained about the CGI. I don't think the CGI was just like ass or just terrible until it got to that damn Chrono Speed Force bubble shit. Up to that point, I thought the special effects were, adequate. Fine. Yeah. But when it got there, that's when it got bad. It was just like, no, you can't defend it. Like if they would have, and plus you didn't need that scene because there was nothing about the multiverses collapsing in on itself. They just kind of just threw that shit at the end of it, just for no reason whatsoever. It just came out of nowhere. That almost felt like a rewrite. It was like they could have just removed that shit because people are finding reasons.
You've seen better effects in cutscenes, like a video game cutscene, but
like Gran Turismo.
Yeah. I mean, but for the most part, I thought it was okay. Like, I wasn't particularly like, oh my god, it was loud, but I didn't think it totally sucked either. But yes, I did like, oh yeah, if you're getting tired of superhero movies and you watch this shit, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
the multiverse gave everything. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was fine.
Cool. Eli thought it was fine. That means greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now to Ashoka. Ashoka episode 3. Not a lot happened. It was just, but a lot of information was dropped.
Yeah, a lot of action. It was an action.
Yeah, basically all it was a space battle.
Yeah,
a war in the stars. Star Wars. That's what it is. But yeah, all this did was just move the story forward. It set up plot points for the future of this series. So we have learned that the bad, what's her name, Morgan something, is trying to find Thrawn, who is in another galaxy, and Ahsoka and Sabine and Hera have proof of this, but they can't get backing from the Rebel Alliance because they don't think Thrawn is a threat anymore. And so Ahsoka and Sabine, being the rebels that they are, go check out, the coordinates to where they where they think it is, and where they find Purgles. Again, that's a deep cut from Rebels. Purgles are those space whales that can travel at light speed. They were referenced in an episode of The Mandalorian where Baby Yoda, they're going through hyperspace, and Baby Yoda looks out the window and he can see them. He can see the whales floating by, traveling with them. So they were referenced on The Mandalorian, but they are from the Rebels show. And I was hoping when they showed up in that scene at the end of the episode that Ezra was going to be riding them, because Ezra can communicate with animals and shit,
Okay.
And he basically rides these whales on the Rebel show. And that's what happens at the end. That's how he defeats Thrawn. He basically gets one of the whales to come and take him and Thrawn into a hyperspace, and that's why they don't know where they are. But they did establish that there is another galaxy outside the Star Wars known galaxy. And this is can be something cool or it could be something controversial,
Marvel.
Basically it's a whole new galaxy. I think Dave Filoni is setting up galaxy so he can do his own shit there. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And or not even that. Not even that. I think he can divert, because we know how the Skywalker saga ends. We know what happens with Rey and all those characters, when Skywalker and Han and Leia and Chewie, we know about all that. I think this is a way for Filoni to go off and tell his own stories in his own direction, in his own galaxy, without doing time travel or doing some splitting universes or any of that shit. You know, I think this is just a way to get him out. And in the books, Star Wars canon, they do travel outside the galaxy, and they run into Yuzin Vong, who's like this fucked up space pirate zombie, and comes to the Star Wars galaxy and starts fucking pillaging this shit. It's like way off in the future. Like Luke and Leia are like old and like, you know what I mean? But yeah, looks like they are borrowing from Star Wars lore, like canon that's no longer like, you know, official. And the biggest thing is Jason, Hera's son. His name is Jason. Now Jason Solo and Jaina Solo, they were twins, Han and Leia's twins in the books, in Star Wars, you know, the novels back in the 90s. Jason goes dark and becomes a Sith in those novels. Kind of like Kylo Ren, where they called him Ben, you know, Ben Solo. But this is Jason Solo. But Jason is Hera's son. So that's kind of a deep pull. So who knows what he's going to do, if he's going to become a Jedi or whatever, if he's going to go dark and all that shit. You know, theories abound. But you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of everybody saying that all these Jedis got to go dark all the time. You know, ooh, is that Inquisitor going to be Ezra? Why the fuck would it be Ezra?
Right.
Why would he all of a sudden become an asshole? You know, when Disney first announced the new movies, you know, the new trilogy. Oh, Luke Skywalker is going to go to the dark side. Like, why? Why the fuck would he do that? It would, you know.
Well, what they kind of hit in the last movie that I'm Return to the Jedi, that he was basically going to like take Vader's place. I don't know, or maybe that's just some head.
That's what the Emperor wanted him to do. Palpatine wanted Luke to kill Vader, his father, and take his place at his side. But right. Luke said, "No, I'm not going to do that." It's not that Throws is like, "Nope, I ain't doing that." You know, and then Vader ends up killing the Emperor to save his son. You know, but it's like it's stupid to like, you know, it's kind of like I get exhausted. Like, why would these good guys all of a sudden go back? Like, not everyone's a bitch like Anakin. You know, you know. So yeah, this whole thing of it's going to be Ezra as the Inquisitor. I was like, that's just stupid. That would ruin his character. And like, what was there? Was there too much traffic on the planet? He's like, what made him snap? You know, he went through all these trials and tribulations, and you know, being tempted by the dark side, and he resisted it all. What was the straw that broke the camel's back to make him finally, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna be a bad guy. It's just stupid.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be him just because it's too obvious. I mean, that's just lazy writing in general.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anybody, but everyone says, "Ooh, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?" You know, just watch the show and enjoy it. You know, and then when it turns out to be nobody, don't bitch. It sucks. It should have been Star Killer. Yeah, Star Killer. Like Star Killer wasn't he pulling like Star Destroyers out of the sky with the Force and shit?
Right.
And he couldn't even fucking defeat Ahsoka. Like, come on, you know, it's just dumb. But yeah, I mean. This was kind of a short episode, just half hour, kind of easy breezy in and out. Like I said, not much happened. We had a cool space battle. We got some little, you know, lore, some nuggets of Jedi lore, Star Wars lore sprinkled in, and just simply moved the story forward. It did exactly what it needed to do. It was just a filler episode. I wasn't particularly like blown away by it, but I did enjoy it for the most part, just because, you know, I got to hear, you know, those little Easter eggs and those little references and shit. So, yeah, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 this week.
Okay. So, that Morgan was something, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Her. Okay. Turns out she's like some kind of world-renowned stunt woman or some shit. Like, I mean, in real life, yeah. And apparently, like Bruce Lee is her uncle, but not like her real uncle, like, you know, like blood uncle, but like. He came by the house so much, you just call him Uncle Bruce.
Okay.
So,
Well,
So,
she did do that duel in that episode of The Mandalorian. She was dueling with that spear and shit. So she knew some skills. So it makes sense that she would be have some kind of martial arts background.
yeah. So I just thought that was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
All right. So, still on you, Eli. We're now fully fled. No, you know what? Let's go back on me. Let's put it back.
Okay. What else do I got?
You got a bunch of shit.
Do I?
I'll give you a list. Oh yeah, you got it. This rest of the show is just you. Yeah. But that's why I'm gonna just knock out. I'm gonna just knock out this little piece right here. Then we go move on from it. Because I think this is important. Let's see. What is this? Yeah. I hit it on first try. Cool. Marvel's Disney new lineup. Okay, so yeah, so Disney is okay, because they want to blame it on the writer's strike and shit like that. Basically, they're pushing back all of their movies. No, actually, just everything on Disney Plus. They're pushing everything back on Disney Plus. So whatever schedule they had before, they pushed it back from there, and I'm just gonna throw up on the schedule. Boom, that's what it is. So hopefully everybody can see it. What if it's around Christmas? It will be this year. Loki is still coming out on October, so Loki's not moving. It's there. Echo, on the other hand, has moved back to January. It was going to come out in November. X-Men was still X-Men the cartoon still 2024. Agatha Harkness sometime in fall next year. Ironheart is no longer on the schedule, even though Ironheart is done. They've already finished it. Not on schedule.
Really? No shit.
Yeah, Daredevil paused. Wonder Man paused. So they're saying because of the writer's strike, but there's always some bullshit going on. So I don't know. So people are upset. Oh, why you cancel Ironheart? Yeah, whatever. I do want this. If y'all gonna bitch about Batgirl and stuff like that, put the same energy in Ironheart. If Marvel didn't do what they're supposed to do, so that's all. I don't care either way. It's just like do whatever you want to do.
What Batwoman? What?
Right.
Oh no, Batgirl.
Batgirl. Remember the shit was done and they just threw the shit in the fire, whatever like that. Yeah, Ironheart was done and they just threw the shit in the fire. So
yeah, no shit. That is stupid, but yeah.
So I don't know. That's all I got. It's on you now.
Okay, well, you're the one who's controlling shit. Are we going to the Vidja game section?
We've been in the video. We never left. Let's see, we started there. But yeah, let's go to it. Let me see what we got first here. And honestly, I don't even know what I got here. Let's see. Oh, there you go.
Oh shit! I totally forgot about this.
So because I don't know what this is. You got to break this down for me.
I think this is on this is going to be a game on the Nintendo Switch.
Is it a Switch game?
Skull Island: The Rise of Kong. I thought it's a video game where you're King Kong and you get to run around Skull Island and beat up monsters and shit. Looked all right. Looked kind of fun. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Next on the list. Okay. We just running the gauntlet. Okay. Here we
go. This looks dope. Okay. I'm stoked for this. I am stoked for this. I'm probably I've been thinking about it for years, but I think I'm finally gonna get a Nintendo Switch just for this game.
This ain't gonna be on anything else but the Switch. So both of these are Switch games?
PC. It's gonna be on PC. I don't know if it's gonna end up on Xbox or PlayStation, but right now it's just gonna be on like Steam, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
Let me look into that.
So this is G.I. Joe: The Wrath of Cobra. This is an old school style side-scrolling beat 'em up game where you get to choose between a bunch of G.I. Joe characters and you just go across the screen beating up Cobra agents. It looks so fun, like Streets of Rage, the Ninja Turtle game, all that, side-scrolling Castlevania, side-scrolling.
But you got guns and you're shooting, so.
Yeah, and you can choose between, you can be Snake Eyes, you can be Roadblock, you can be Scarlet. I think Duke is another character, and I'm sure later on down the line they're going to have more characters.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter and Flint and, Rock and Roll and Lady J and all that, and fuck it. Have the Baroness.
Cover girl.
Yeah. Even though Baroness is a bad, maybe she jumps sides. Just you
just throw some lore in there and they'll find a way.
She was a secret agent. You get to play as Baroness for a while.
Triple agent going back and forth like that.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw some. I mean, do you have any of the screen grabs or whatever?
I did. I thought you were gonna get it. You gave it to me.
Yeah. What are they under brand?
Hopefully.
Okay.
I didn't load up anything, so.
Oh no, I didn't load it up either.
Oh well.
Oh well, they're cool though.
Yeah, I should have did it. I didn't, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, it looks fun. Looks like a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm stoked. You know, because I've been into lately. Those are the games I've been into. I've been playing Double Dragon and Battletoads and shit like that on Xbox Live and shit.
Segue into the next part we're gonna talk about, because you got to break this down for me, because you talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so now we can show some Eli gameplay.
Oh yeah, so I downloaded the new the DLC pack on Shredder's Revenge, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game. Shredder's Revenge. They dropped the new characters. You can be Karai, who's here. She was one of the foot soldiers, Shredder's homies, but she's switching sides. So that's why we can play as the why if she can switch sides, so can the Baroness.
Baroness can switch sides too.
So yeah, this is just me playing as Karai here, and she's really fast. I was getting some mad combos with her, and it sucked because I was like, okay, every time I got up to like almost 200, hit combo and shit. I'm like, I'm gonna record. Right when I record, I fuck up, and because you get on a rhythm, you
just start over and do it again. That's what I do.
Yeah. And so that's what I tried to do here. I was trying to like start over, but then okay, now there's eyes on me. Now I can't do it. But yeah, she's really fast. Once you get her going, she's super fast and OP and shit. And also you can also play the other new character is Usagi Yojimbo, the samurai rabbit.
I got you. Let me see, because I couldn't load it both one time. Let me see.
Yeah.
Where's Usagi? There we go.
And I actually beat the game with him. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the final boss. This is the Super Shredder. This is the final boss So I beat the game with Usagi Yojimbo. And he's fun. He's pretty well-rounded character, speed, and his jumping. My favorite character is Michelangelo.
Okay.
And because he's got that long jump, he can like almost jump across the screen. So I like murk motherfuckers with him, but his jump wasn't that great. Like Usagi's jump wasn't as like far. And yeah, but I did beat the game with Usagi. This is the final boss level. As you can see, I'm totally off timing.
So you can't get like AI like people to run with you.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know. Like you can play it. You can have like people joining with you.
Yeah.
Like, but I just did it with, Fat T, who's the only one I've ever played with.
Okay. I didn't know if you had like the AI, like if you don't play with anybody, you get like AI people to like the Ninja Turtles just jump in with you and have the computer control.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never tried it though. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this is one. I had a lot of fun playing this game. I still play it, and yeah, it's just a fun old school style side scrolling beat 'em up, kind of like my favorite games back in the day on my Sega Genesis. That's what I got it, beat 'em up games.
Cool.
So yeah, it was fun. If you played that Ninja Turtle game and had fun, you'll probably enjoy this shit. And there's also, I guess there's new levels on survival mode. I have not seen them because I haven't gotten very far on survival mode. So if they're new, I couldn't tell. Yeah, there's a survival mode where you basically see how far you can get without getting your ass kicked. Yeah. But yeah, this is the final level of the final boss. You beat Super Shredder, and yeah, I don't know how it might take a little while, so you don't have to load the whole unless you want to see it. But this isn't my best game here. I keep getting fucked up, and dodging his green fires. I just couldn't get the rhythm down.
Yeah, I mean, you're still alive, so
Yeah.
All right.
I think I did die at some point on this, but I had like 5 guys that, I had a bunch of lives.
All right.
I did.
So, all right. So like Eli did video game news reviews this week. I was going to do video game review this week. I was going to review Starfield, that new Xbox exclusive game that came out. Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm not in the beta. The beta's already out there. Everybody's already playing. I didn't sign up for the premium shit, so I have to wait till next week before I can play the game. However, I already downloaded the whole file to my Xbox. So once it's done, I'll play it, I'll review it, stream it, whatever I need to do, and kind of go from there. So
yeah, Fat T, I guess, was playing it. And he's saying
he's already in there. Okay, so he's
and he uploaded some footage. I saw some of it. It looks like a Halo. Kind of looks like a Halo.
Well, it's more like Skyrim. It's the guys who made Skyrim.
Okay, in space.
Yeah, Skyrim, Fallout. So yeah, it's Skyrim in space.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it look like what's that fucking game?
Destiny.
Shoot 'em. Destiny. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Destiny.
Like a Destiny, but yeah, because I thought it was Destiny, but it's not Destiny. Yeah. It's a regular game. So
it's a third person. You can see. It's not like cool because wasn't Destiny a 3D shooter, like a first person shooter?
No, it's first person. It's just like Halo. Matter of fact, the people that made Halo made Destiny.
Okay, well, I thought Halo was a fucking
Halo's first person,
like a first person shooter.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they all first person shooters. So.
But I think the Starfield where you can see your guy, you can see him.
No, can you? Or maybe you can choose. Maybe you can choose because I think Skyrim you could choose whether or not to see the guy or just have a sword in front of you.
Okay.
In fact, I'm gonna play Skyrim too. I never did play that, but I'll see. I'll see how it goes.
I tried playing Skyrim, and it took me like 2 hours just to create my character, and then it took me like another 2 days just to get on the wagon.
I'm hitting default.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, that's what it is. That's what I'm gonna be.
It took forever to it took that's the thing is I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time to play. Oh, hey, there it is. Can you see that?
See what am I seeing?
Can you see? Let's see. How do you get that thing up there?
Hold on.
There.
That's what she said. Hold on. Before you do something.
Okay. There you go. Okay. There. I beat Shredder. There you go.
Oh, nice. Okay.
There's the end of the game. And so I ain't got time to play that shit. Like I was playing at Ghost of Tsushima, got super far. I played it for like a month and I never finished it. Never finished Red Dead Redemption or
all those are like very, very long games.
Yeah, long ass games that I just ain't got time for that shit. Yeah.
So all right. Well, let me see if you move on to next part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, this is a comic book bullies. We'll be talking about comic books, so we're just gonna jump into it. I'm gonna let Eli go first because he has more books than I do, even though I have more books I normally do, but he has more books even more than I have now. So
okay.
Yeah. So what's on deck?
Well, I'll start out with Blade. We'll do Blade right up
the Daywalker.
Yeah, Blade number 2.
Okay.
And this was the first issue was awesome, and this continues to be awesome. Mm-hmm. So what's going on is Blade is trying to kill a demon that's out to take over the world, but he killed the only person who could kill the demon, and in doing so, he upset the clan that guy was from, and now he's got a sister tagging along.
Right,
with
the
him.
sister that the brother of the person he killed, but yeah.
Yeah. So in this issue, he goes and looks for his ex. He has an ex-girlfriend, Tulip. I never heard of her, but
I never heard of her either. I don't know if they just made up for this or what.
Yeah. Anyways, it's one of his exes. It turns out she is a collector, or she can find items of rare antiquity.
And she's like clairvoyant. I guess she could see.
I guess, yeah. And so he's like, hey, there's this demon. It can only be killed with this certain sword. Do you have anything that can kill a demon? And of course, he ends up banging her and shit. And it turns out that she owes money to the Yakuza or something. So while they're banging, a helicopter comes and starts shooting up their hotel room or wherever they're at. And Blade in his drawers. And this is awesome. This panel again, the artwork is awesome in this book, and the use of panels is him just jumping. through the helicopter again in his drawers and taking out all the soldiers in the helicopter before jumping back out the helicopter again in his drawers. Yeah, and so they end up kidnapped. They end up fucking Blade up. They shoot him all full of bullets, and he falls to the ground and shit. And they kidnap his ex, and it turns out the mob boss is like some demon dude too. You know,
okay.
And
so a demon controls the Yakuza.
Something, yeah, or something like
Notice
that.
we say Yakuza, not Yakuza.
Yeah, and he goes out. He's got a long tongue, long demon tongue and shit. Pretty cool shit. And so Blade goes back to the sister of that demon slayer from the demon slaying clan, and said, "Hey, we got to go rescue my ex because she could maybe help us slay this demon." And to be continued. That's about. But this was great. This is just, action packed. Blade being a badass, more demon slaying. It was cool. I dug it. It's another 4 out of 5. This book is dope. This is a dope ass book. Might be my book. Is it my book of the week again? It might be.
It was both our book of the week last time.
I think there's another one might have beat this one. This is up there though.
Cool.
So yeah, 4 out of 5.
All right, here we go with some Jonathan Hickman.
Right,
yeah, yeah. Like I said, this is dense, thought-provoking. Like I said, this is the Ultimate Universe, where it's issue 3 or 4. I don't know how the next issue is going to be the last issue with everything that happened in this issue, but it's like you still got a whole bunch of story to tell, but we're gonna see how it goes from there. So basically what happened with this book, Howard Stark is the Iron Man of this Ultimate Universe that the maker has made. He made this universe. So they got attacked, Obadiah Stane got killed, and now we got to figure out what's going on. And all the leaders of the world are here, and they are, they're kind of like the Illuminati of this world. They're basically trying to figure out who's trying to kill them. So that's the setup. Let's get to the book, see what's going on. So, all right. So the book is they're at Obadiah Stane's funeral. Howard is there with Tony. Tony's like super young in this book. And basically Tony's want to ask him, okay, so what happened in Latveria with Obadiah Stane happened? And that's when we get this big flashback 2 days earlier in Latveria. Skip. There we go. Right. So we go to Latveria and we see Howard Stark is in Latveria looking out the window, and all the leaders of this world are there. You got, the Rasputins, you got Hulk, you got Sunfire, you got Emilio de Costa, I think that's what his name is. I never heard this guy before, but if I was to take a wild guess, I would assume he's Sunspot's dad. I would assume. So yeah, and they're basically just having a conversation, the whole place having a meeting on who tried to kill them and where's the maker. What is the maker supposed to be doing? Oh, and also Howard Stark is like, okay, I see y'all are trying to figure out what's going on, but why are the Rasputins here? Aren't the Russians like our enemies? And everybody just looks at them like, oh, what? No, then the Russians aren't our enemy. Okay, so regardless of what you think, the regular world thinks that that they paint them up to be the bad guys. Nobody in here are enemies. Everybody here right now is friends. You're like, so, but what about all the terrorist attacks and everything the Russians have been doing lately? What about that? They're like, oh, that. And that's when Hulk breaks it down to them. Okay, so yeah, the Russians are the bad guys just now because we all agree on it that the world needs one nation to be a bad guy so everybody can blame on it. So if one nation is a bad guy, all the other nations will come together and have peaceful talks because they have a common enemy to point at. And throughout the generations, we'll just switch who'll be the bad guy. Right now, the Russians are the bad guy. Next generation, the Asians will be the bad guy. We don't know. We'll just circle around to it. And then even ask Howard Stark, guess who we plan to have be the next bad guy? He's like, oh, I don't even want to know. But that's the whole plan. They do that on purpose for peace, because having a common enemy causes peace. And all this was by design from the maker. Because that's how he
sounds hella Ozymandias.
It's very, very much so Ozymandias. You have one common enemy to create world peace. It's the exact same plot he ripped off from Alan Moore. So that's what the maker did to this planet to create world peace. So yeah. And basically he's just like, we need to focus on something. And he's like, Howard Stark, I need you to come with me because we need to work on the Immortus engine to find out who is trying to kill us. And that's what going. Another flashback of him and Tony. I don't care. Oh, and there's you gotta have charge. Gotta have charge to grab. They're showing the world of basically where all the world leaders are, like Howard Stark
and
is
the
there,
school
and all stuff like that. But that's the graph right there was going on. So all the
and
world
the unknown
leaders.
territory, and it's Wakanda.
Right. Luckily, there's no Wakanda. I think he got rid of Black Panther. I think which would make sense.
No, it said like unknown territory, and it's the little black dot in the middle of Africa.
Oh yeah, but it was too far down. Wakanda's like further down. That's like
is it? Oh shit.
Yeah, maybe it's like Apocalypse or something. I don't know. Who knows? But that would make sense to make it be the first thing to take out Wakanda. I mean, if that was going to do so. And then more graphs. We're not gonna go there, but yeah. And anyway, so the point is, the maker takes Howard Stark into his city, like his underground lab. He's like, I need you to work on something, and I brought you a partner to work on it with. And the partner I want you to work on the Immortus engine with is the smartest man in the universe, Reed Richards. And Reed turns around, and he's wearing a Doom mask. We continue. Oh, and there's a
okay, go ahead.
No, there's a stinger in there at the end also. So we go 1,000 years into the future. And we find out the person that sent those crazy ass Avenger clones to kill him from the future. And they're like, and the guy that sent them is about to send some more crazy ass Avenger clone. He like, we've been waiting, just give us, and he like, everybody shut up. He like, we will get revenge. We will stop them from doing what we're supposed to do. Their time will come. And it turns out it's Kane. But this Kane, Iron Kane. He looks like Iron Man. So what the fuck is going on with that?
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. So is it Howard Stark in the future? Is it Tony Stark in the future? All I know is that the next issue is the last issue. So
I'm surprised you got through that pretty quickly.
Oh, that's because I condensed a lot of shit. I read this a bunch of times. Like, how do I get this shit down as much? Because if I really read this shit, we'd be here all day. So yeah.
Yeah, because I was feeling kind of penguin.
Yeah, that was like, we're not going to do another penguin. We're going to get past this shit as fast as possible. So yeah.
I think this series is losing steam for me, and maybe that's because
it never
it's so
had
short.
steam. It never did. It was like we was
what are you talking about? That first issue where he cloned the fucking himself and the soldiers went in to rob the shit. That was dope.
That was dope. Okay, I give you that. Okay, that first issue was fire. But
and now he sneaks into the Baxter building. Like all that first issue was dope. Yeah. And then we thought, oh, this book's gonna be about Miles. And now it's like, no, we haven't seen
the book's
Miles.
almost over. Miles didn't even exist. It's like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, he goes and he fucked up. Yeah, he was basically, we thought, oh, what the fuck? What's he doing with that radioactive spider? And all he's doing is just making another world. He's just making this other world.
Yeah, he didn't even do anything with the spider. I thought he was gonna have like a bunch of Spider-Man or some shit. Nothing.
Yeah,
just
nothing. And I think that's it occurred to me reading this one. I'm like, wow, there's so much cool ideas in this, but there's nothing happening.
Like nothing.
And so
happens.
for that, I felt got a little pretentious to me.
Wait. So you read this?
I did read this.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to not feel this now.
Honestly, I didn't either. I was honestly not wanting to even read this, but I was like, maybe it'll pick up. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But it didn't.
It's Doom Reed. Okay, it's
even that wasn't
Reed.
interesting. It was just like, okay, Reed.
Because isn't that what the maker is?
Right. It's just
okay, I don't know, but I just like, wow, there's all these great ideas, but nothing's happening. It's just a bunch of talking. Yes, there's some social commentary where they're the 1%. All
Right.
they're the
And
1%.
they're controlling everything.
And they control everything. And like, who now there's a threat that's coming towards us. And they're making the lower classes don't give a shit about us.
Right.
They would love to see us fall. They hate us. Blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
And all that's all great for social commentary, but nothing like again entertain.
Right. And plus that social commentary at this point is kind of tired. We've heard it too many times at this point.
Yeah.
You're not really saying anything we haven't read in a bunch of other comics before.
Yeah. It just felt like this is just a bunch of references and a bunch of what if it's a what if book.
It really is. It's just a what if book. But
it's
not book. But what if what happened? What happens? That's what I'm saying. Like there's usually a hook. What if Aunt May gets spider powers or something? This is just what if
the maker made another world. Right. Another universe.
Right. It's just like
and he's the leader and he can do what he wants.
I'm like, okay, good for him. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to deal with him. Shit, let him stay over there.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't feeling this one. I got it. I started feeling like how I felt reading the Penguin book last week. I was like, this is just dragging. This is starting to drag.
Right.
Can someone throw a punch, please? So yeah.
No, we need Hulk to talk about politics. That's what we need.
Yeah. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. So
I'll give it. I don't know. I guess I'll give it a 3 out of my review. I'll say it's okay. 3 out of 5. I'm not going to shit all over it.
It's a 3 out of 5.
I'll probably finish it because I can't.
It's only one issue left. It's just like just
I might as well.
Right. Maybe the big, but I don't even where it's going. I don't even really care where it's going. I don't care about Iron Cane. It's just like, okay.
Yeah. What if Iron Man became Kane, or vice versa?
Yeah. Okay.
In 4 issues. Or not, or he probably won't even show. No, at this point, I bet you he's not even going to be in the next issue.
We won't even see Kane. They would just something just said, and he don't even show up.
Yeah, Okay, so I'm next. Let's see.
Yeah.
What do I have next? Oh crap! Where's my folder? What should I do next? Okay, I'll do the Helverine. Okay, so what is this? Wolverine number 36, is it?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Nope, not that one.
Okay, I must have my screen.
We'll get together. I'm fucking up.
Okay. So this is Wolverine 36. This is the Spirits of Vengeance, or what is it called? Weapons of Vengeance.
Weapons of Vengeance. Yeah.
Weapons of Vengeance. Wolverine and Ghost Rider have teamed up to go find this kid who's possessed by a demon, who's going around just doing all sorts of ill shit. I gotta say, the beginning of this comic I thought was kind of fucked up. Where
when they sit the kid in there,
yeah, the foster mom like takes him to like hospices to suck out, to basically murder people.
Because you got to sacrifice one, otherwise he's just gonna go crazy and start killing random people.
I still think it was kind of fucked up. I mean, I guess it's the lesser of two evils or whatever.
I mean, because it's elder abuse, like to the extreme. So
but I thought that was kind of twisted. But basically, Wolverine and Ghost Rider have gone to Weapon H, or a faction of Weapon H, what's that facility called again?
Weapon Plus.
And there's some, I forget the guy's name, but he's some supernatural scientist guy who's basically trying to find mutants to possess them or merge them with dark magic and make these like demon mutants. And Wolverine and Ghost Rider show up at the facility. They start whooping ass, but they end up getting captured. And at the end, the guy takes Wolverine and injects him with dark magic, and now he's Wolverine. To be continued.
Oh, yes, that is. So, okay.
Yeah. And I thought this was just stupid fun. You know, at this point, like at first I was like, this is just a tie-in with that Fall of X shit. And I'm like, oh man, they can't just go fight monsters. But no, this is just dumb fun.
Yeah, and plus they've been teasing this Wolverine thing before the issue came out. That's why I kind of was interested in this crossover. Like,
and Benjamin Percy he's writing Wolverine, he's writing Ghost Rider. They've been, both series have been fucking dope.
He gets both characters. So
I thought this was a lot of fun, and Wolverine is just so stupid and campy that I love it. So
get your death battles ready. Get your feats ready. Get your death battles ready. He's going to be there.
Yeah.
Wolverine versus Goku. Let's go. All right. So what do I got next? Okay, I'm gonna do the big meaty book. Let's go ahead and knock this one out. Yeah, this one. Batman, Catwoman, Gotham War. I wanted to pick this up, but I picked it up because of Gomer. Gomer reviewed this on This Geeky Comics. I was like, well, maybe I need to look at this. So see what's going on.
I skipped this. I didn't read this. So
yeah, this is
Gomer likes a Batman book.
Yeah, he liked this. Like, he highly recommended this book. So yeah, not only that, this book is like the beginning, the first issue of like this huge Bat crossover. You remember like what was that, Gotham War versus Joker, where it was like all over damn books like that. This is gonna be that. So, but it's Batman versus Catwoman. So yeah. So no setup. It just is what it is. This is after the Nightmare Fuel book or whatever. They're like, that's done. This. They don't even give a shit about the book anymore. That book came out too. The ending of that. Nightmare Terrors or whatever. But who cares? Anyway, the Bat Gotham War battle lines have been drawn. Okay.
Who wrote this?
Teeny Howard and Chip Zdarsky. They both wrote
it.
Because I think Teeny Howard is doing Catwoman. I think he's doing Batman. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, now back to Night Terrors. Because they gotta throw that shit in there. So basically what happened is Batman just catching everybody up on what he was doing, failed safe, and he'd been in the dimension, and he fought Night Terrors, stuff like that, and Dead Man took over his body and possessed him and shit like that. And Batman has just been exhausted. He can't go no more. So he just passed out. And while he's been passed out, he's been having a nightmare about Batman Zur-En-Arrh, let me out, free me, you need me, all this shit like that. And then he wakes up and he realized, okay, something's going on. He's been shaving, so obviously somebody will take care of him. He's in the Batacombs, and it's Oracle on the thing, and she's just like, Bruce, hey, what's going on? We found you, and we know your body. We basically let you rest and see what's going on, but we try to see what's going on with you because you've been unconscious for 8 weeks. You've been in an 8-week coma. We're like, oh shit, yeah, you've been going that long. That's how much you would sleep. But we looked at your body. The only thing is you were just fatigued. But we did notice something else that was going on. For those who haven't been reading Batman lately, Chip Zdarsky's run, Batman got his hand cut off. So
yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's got a robot hand. And he's not telling anybody he's got a robot hand. So even through the whole Night Terror shit, he had a robot hand and didn't tell anybody. So he was like, don't worry about it. It's fine. So he wakes up, nothing feels right. There's only one thing that feels right. The Batman. So he Batmans it up and just goes, I need to beat the shit out of somebody. Let me find somebody. On the gargoyle, doing just Batman shit. And he sees a window open in a room. So you know what that means. It's bad guys. So he's like, let me just go fuck these guys up. So they're doing that heist shit. And they're like, you might look behind you. And Batman sees him. And he knows he can beat these guys up so much he knows the name. Marcus Tolliver and Stan Bimpton. I think these guys work for the Riddler or Two-Face. But the thing is with the bad guys in Gotham, they all work for everybody. Like these guys, 1 week they work for Penguin, 1 week they work for Joker, 1 week they work for Mr. Freeze. It's just a rotating group of guys that just get the shit kicked out of them all the time. So Batman's just like, okay, y'all don't run. I don't want to beat y'all ass that bad. See, y'all running now, I got to really whoop your ass. So they run, and then he realized that, what the fuck? So they got away from him. They're like, that's new. How they learn how to climb up there and do that shit. But then he goes up there. They're not there. Then he looks down. and realized that no, they got out through the vent. They only threw that shit up there to throw Batman off. They're like, okay, these guys aren't that smart. How are so they stepped the game up in the last 8 weeks I've been doing this shit. So and they got away with the shit. So he's like, okay, something is up with Gotham. So skip past this. The point that you need to know is that when we cut to Selena, what she's doing, she's running like her own gym, training ground, dojo, whatever. And she gets word that Batman is awake. Batman's been out of commission for 8 weeks. Now he's up, and she realized, okay, now that Batman's up, he's going to have a problem with my operation, what I have going on right now. So she tells her, like, her number one henchman or like that, put the word out. I want a meeting with the Bat family. So that's what. But the henchman is telling him, or telling her, like, okay, Catwoman, I know that you always get over on Batman because you use your sexuality to get over on him. But don't you think sometimes it's vice versa? Batman also gets over on you also. Like, you sometimes sway to Batman's whim. So we need you to be strong when you have this meeting with Batman. Don't fold, basically. She's like, I won't. I'm going to stick to my guns and I'm going to handle it. So I'm going to tell him what the hell we're doing. If we don't, then we're going to have a problem. So that's what's going on. Meanwhile, we cut to my favorite joke-ass Batman villain, Maxie Zeus. Maxie Zeus is an old Batman villain. He's like one of those goofy ones that nobody cares about. And he's telling his henchmen to cut off the electricity in Gotham because electricity belongs to Zeus and Zeus only. And the henchman is telling him, I don't know how to do that shit. So while he's doing that, that's when Robin jumps in there, and he takes off running, and the goon is just like, Robin, don't beat the shit out of me, don't hit me. And Robin just run past. He's like, Craig, go home. He's like, okay, fine, I'll go home. So he runs after Maxie Zeus. Maxie Zeus uses like lightning bolt. It's not a real lightning bolt. He's like, he just made this shit up. He throws it at him. He was like, you're gonna send a bird after a god? You're gonna fight me? And then Batman's like, okay, well, fine, I'll fight your ass then. And beat the shit out of him because Maxie's just a regular ass, crazy ass dude that escaped Arkham. That's all he is. So, and Ray haven't seen each other in 8 weeks. They hug it out, it's like that. And then Batman asks him, okay, so did you round up Maxie Zeus goons? He was like, what goons? It was just Craig. He was with the Riddler last week. We whooped his ass. The cops got him. He only had one goon with him. And Batman's like, one goon? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. He's supposed to have like an army of dudes. I wanted to beat the shit out of people. But anyway, they just got word that Selena wants to have a meeting with them, the whole Bat family, with no mask. So they go to the Kitty Cat Club. And the Kitty Cat Club is like her base she's at right now. And she meets with the Bat family, just them. And she just wants to talk at them with her plan. So basically what her plan is, and what she'll be doing for the last week, over the last 8 weeks, is that she's been training the underlings of Gotham, like all the goons that just hop from goon to goon, the boss to boss to boss to boss. She's been training them for them to work on their own. So now that they know how to work on their own and become cat burglars, they don't have to depend on the Riddler and the Joker and all the shit like that to work for them anymore. So since they don't have to work for the Joker anymore because they're getting their own money, those guys don't have goons anymore. So they're not as effective as before. Penguin can't do shit without his goon, so Penguin can't do shit. Same thing with Mr. Freeze and Riddler and all these other people like that. So basically, with what Catwoman's doing, since she's training these guys to work for their own, crime has dropped to 75%. She's damn near eliminated crime in Gotham for what she's doing. She's training them to be cat burglars, so now all they do is rob rich people. But they do it where the rich people don't get hurt. The rich people are gone. They do it where they don't even miss the money, like steal a necklace, some shit like that. The rich people won't miss it. So it's different from when you rob a dude in a bodega and you steal his livelihood. You steal it from people that they don't even care. They don't even know the shit gone. So they're feeding their family. They don't have to work for Riddler and all this shit like that. They don't have to get beat up by you because like this white collar crime they doing, it doesn't pop up on your radar. The rich people don't even report the shit because they don't even know it's missing. And so that's the plan right now. So basically, Catwoman has eliminated Gotham crime in Gotham.
Well, good job, Selena.
Yeah, and she's just telling the Bat family just one thing. I just need y'all to do one thing. Stay out of my way. Leave me alone. Don't do anything. We're good. And half of the Bat family kind of like talking over it. Half of them kind of agree with her. They're like, they've noticed that crime has dropped 75%. They're realizing that people aren't getting mugged in the street because since these guys have their own money, they don't have to like rob people in the middle of the street in back alleys and stab and shoot and sell drugs and shit. They got their own money, so, and they were like, they wanted to, and Batman's just like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, first off, this is the dumbest ass plan ever. All y'all doing, you're not stopping crime. You're just redirecting crime. You're just creating more victims. So, and what you think, Selena? You think just because we all have this certain relationship that I'm just turning a blind eye to the bullshit you doing? And she's just like, no, I'm not doing that. Because all I'm doing is just robbing the rich. Nobody cares about the rich. And Batman's like, my parents were rich. Like all this bullshit you saying, like that's the shit that got my parents killed. And that's when Selena's just like, hold up, who you yelling at, Batman? Since you want to go there, we can really go there. Obviously, we can do this in front of your Bat fan. We can do this in front of kids if you want. And Selena just lays into him. She was just like, look, you just mad because I cleaned up crime in Gotham and all your money and all your brains and spending money on bat boats and bat repellent and beating the shit out of people. You thinking it's going to do any better, but you haven't solved crime in Gotham at all.
Now I know why Gomer likes this book.
That's why, because it's the eat the rich shit that Gomer likes, She's saying when all you really need to do is to have compassion with these guys and talk to these criminals and find out why they're committing crimes to begin with, and you would have ended crime, but you didn't want to do that. You just want to beat the shit out of people. Matter of fact, you're the reason why we're not married right now. Because when we try to get married, you want to do this Gotham needs me bullshit. Well, guess what? Gotham don't need you. They got me. So now what's your reason why we're not getting married? And Jason Todd they just stare at each other. And Jason Todd's like, damn, Bruce, she got you. Bruce, Batman doesn't look at Jason Todd, but he like, if you say one more fucking word, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. So he just leaves out the room, and he like, I can't do this. I'm leaving out the room. And everybody's just talking to Selena because they know Selena. They're like, Selena, like, if you go too far, you and Bruce ain't gonna get back together again. She's like, fuck him. I don't care about he going together. I'm gonna do my thing, and either he can have his mission, I got my mission. She just walks off. That's it. So, and everybody's kind of happy, and they're like, well, damn. And spoilers just like, damn, I hate it when mom and dad fight. And Damien's like, that's not my damn mama.
I was about to say, what's fucking Damien gonna say? Hey,
right.
Don't talk to my dad like that.
Right. He wants to beat the shit out of Kevin. Be like, I'm gonna just whatever Batman does, he's on their side. So yeah, so we're gonna keep walking back. Oh, and that's when Damien's trying to not Damien, Tim's trying to talk like maybe at least like try to hear her conversation. Like, don't just walk out and just like tune out. Like, I ain't tuning shit out. Look, everybody in that damn room is a victim of crime. I took all of y'all in and helped y'all get past that shit, past your trauma, trained you, helped you get over this shit. But nah, y'all just want to just ignore that shit. So y'all just want to just choose who's gonna be the victim? No. That ain't gonna happen. And he just drives the fuck off. Meanwhile, I'm gonna just cut to this shit. Man, the point is, Jason Todd shows up at her house. And basically, Jason Todd's like, and they kick the fight up. It's a fight, bullshit fight. Doesn't really matter. Jason Todd basically telling her, I'm on your side. Like, we can team up together. You can't do this shit just by yourself. You need some of the robbers on your side. Look, let me go talk to some of the other people in the Bat family that might be on your side, and we can sway Bruce into, leaving you alone. He was like, okay, well, look, first off, if you are going to do this, don't deal with me, deal with my underlings. Because I can't be seen dealing with you because you part of the Bat family. So Red Hood is on her side. So, and that's when Batman just like, see, they don't get it. That's why, and see, Batman saw people in the room, half of them with her and half of them not with her. And he realized that, yeah, see, they not really in this as much as I thought they were. They just pretend to be Nightwing and pretend to be Robin. I'm not pretending. I am Batman. And then like, let me go beat the shit out of somebody. That's when he sees the bat signal. The bat signal's up, and so he goes see the bat signal. He goes there, and it's Commissioner Renee Montoya, the mayor commissioner. I don't know if that's a new thing, but that's what it is now. So she's like this, and she just like, like it's funny, Batman, you've been gone for 8 weeks, and crime is like dropped 75%. Makes you wonder, why do we need you? And she's like, wow, what you want, Montoya? She's like, look, I know Selena Crime has done some shit. She broke out a bunch of criminals. And I know that you and her have a relationship. with them. So I need you to tell me what the hell's going on, because I am not Gordon. I'm not going to sit back and feed you information while you just drop costume bad guys at my doorstep. Because first off, you're doing my job, and I don't like you doing my job. So let me know what the hell you know right now, and I won't send my cops out there and arrest you and your Bat family. And Batman just flies off the fucking hook. He just like, no, I'm doing your job because you can't do your own job. And and he just basically just like you want to know my city, you want to know what I know.
Now, I need some popcorn and shit.
Right.
I should have read this book.
This book was awesome, man. It really was, like, because Batman is getting more pissed off like every single issue, you know.
I was like, this is a soap opera, like, ooh, what do you think?
Yeah, like everybody going at it with, and Riddler just sees everything. We're gonna find out Riddler's later on, but we'll get to it later on. Meanwhile, we got one of the cat burglars that Selena trained, like it was like a Professor Pig goon last week, but now he's a cat burglar now. And he goes in thinking nobody's there, and he hears the alarm just off. So he runs out, and she was actually home the whole time. So, but Batman is like going around town, see what's going on. So he goes to this bar called Flunkies, where where all like Joker and Penguin and Riddler, that's where they go to like recruit the goons that they use to go do crime and shit like that. And he goes there, nobody's there.
Had him.
Yeah, almost got him. That's what it were.
Almost got him.
and the bartender just like, Batman, don't come in here and start beating the fuck out of people, man. And he was like, where the bad guys at? Where they are? He like, nobody's here other than this asshole right here who nobody wants to hire because he's old and got one eye or some shit like that. You're like, well, shit, that's fucked up. So Batman realizes that, okay, so that crime is down. There's no villains to hire. Maybe Selena is right. Maybe I'm being too stubborn right now that I can't see the forest for the trees. Maybe I do need to see it from her point of view and see what the hell's going on. Maybe she is fixing Gotham. She's doing something I can't do. And that's when he gets an alarm and he goes over there and see what's going on. The cops are there. He drops down. The cops pull guns on him. And Batman's like, please try it. I ain't with nobody ass in 2 days. Please shoot that gun right now. And the cops are like, no. Please don't pull that gun. And Batman looks at the crime center. He's like, who is this guy? They were like, yeah, he got shot because he was trying to rob somebody from the rich. And Batman recognized this guy. He was like, oh yeah, I beat the shit out of this guy like a couple months ago when he was with Professor Pig. And I remember him that he was a single father. Now he's shot, and now his son is an orphan. It's repeating the cycle. Selena is causing this shit. And we can't let this shit go on. We're going to stop right now because we are Batman. He got that look in his face, and the word bubbles turn to the Batman and Zur-En-Arr words and shit. So, yeah, Batman's about to go fucking nuts. The other Batman's about to break out. So, yeah, awesome book. I loved it. It basically is like all this shit that we say online and from Reddit and also and Twitter about why Batman don't do more shit and why Batman don't really like it's starting to seep into the comics. The conversation becoming so loud outside of the comics are starting to tackle that conversation. So I kind of like that. And I kind of like it that Batman is bringing this point up also. Yeah, they like, you're not fixing it, you're just redirecting it. That's not solving the problem. You're just basically like putting a plug, in a sinking boat, and the plug is coming out somewhere else. So no, this is awesome. I'm into this. I'm actually into this. I wasn't into that night terror shit.
What you were talking about. I'm gonna probably pick it up, and I might be on board.
Yeah, because I was like Batman versus Catwoman. What the fuck is this all about? But when they broke it down, I'm like, oh no, this actually makes sense. Like shit.
Yeah. Well, we brought it up when we reviewed the Batman movie.
Right.
Those same points. Like Selena was like, "You're a rich guy, asshole." Like because she's like, "Hey, she made when her friend." Got killed and all that shit. Hey,
right.
She made
and
her
he just
choice.
assumed the worst.
She made her choice. People need to be accountable for her actions, blah, 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 blah. She's like, you're a rich boy who fucking, your parents were killed, but you were rich. You were fine. Like, a lot of parents get killed and they're not, they don't have their butlers taking care of you. You're privileged.
Right. Because a lot of the people... Privilege. Yeah, a lot of people in their life don't have a choice of what they can do. Which Selena brought up in this book also. A lot of times these goons, because they don't have any other life skills. Yeah. So this is all they know how to do. That's why they keep going with Joker and Penguin and get the shit beat out of them and then just go back to them because they don't have any other skills. So that's why she's teaching them skills, which like I said, you put schools in the hood and teach a trade, you will have less crime. That's what Selena's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, because
but
like
Batman looking at her like the bad guy. So
yeah, in that movie, Batman's like kind of naive, you know.
Yeah,
he's
like
kind of
he's smart
sheltered,
but dumb at the same time. It's
yeah, he's sheltered and he comes from a privileged, lifestyle.
Everything is black and white. Good guys,
Yeah.
bad guys. That's how you see it. He doesn't see how they became to be what they are.
Yeah.
Even Selena, he looks at her like that for a while until he gets to know her better. So
yeah. So no, this sounds cool. I'll probably pick it up too.
it felt like DC should be promoting this. Like they should have been really promoting, because they were promoting the hell out of Lazarus Planet and Night Terror. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. This shit, it sounds pretty good. This is actually a good premise. It's like it's almost like Civil War with the Bat Family.
Well, I haven't been barely buying any DC books for the past couple months because of Night Terror.
Yeah, because we're just ignoring this shit. And you know what's fucked up is that they don't. Once Night Terror is over, because the last book came out, they don't even care. It's like, hey, we're done. Move on to some other shit.
And I guess they reference. The only thing that he was in a coma. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It was just like, it was a thing. Move on.
Yeah, he had a nightmare. He had some nightmares.
Oh, fucked up. But yeah,
I'm gonna give dream.
It was. Yeah. I'm gonna give this book a 4.5 out of 5.
Is this your book of the week?
This is my book of the week. This is my book of the week. Yeah, I can't give it a 5. Why can't I give this book a 5? No, fuck it. 5. It's 5. It's 5. Fuck it. 5 out of 5. Let's go.
Getting valiant,
6.5 out of 5. No, this book was there. I can't think of anything wrong with this book. Matter of fact, I would recommend this book to people that don't read comics. If you don't read comics, they'll pick up a comic. Pick up this comic.
It makes me excited because I haven't been on Batman for a while. Like even
we stopped reading Batman. It's like, okay, he's in another dimension. I don't care.
Yeah, he was coming down from space with his drawers over his head, and I was like, oh yeah, this is just wacky, wild Batman. Okay,
right.
I just kind of gave it a rest for like the past. It's like a year. It's been probably about a year since I read a Batman book.
But this feels like street level Batman.
Yeah, this is like the shit I want to read about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Gotham shit. Street level crime shit, fuck aliens and space and Justice League shit. I don't know.
Right. Like all that shit is out of here.
This is the type of Batman shit that I like.
Yeah. Hell, he might even fighting the Bat Family in this, like some of them.
Depends. That sounds we don't awesome
know.
To me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. So yes, what you got next?
I got Conan the Barbarian, number 2.
Okay, I'm interested in hearing what you say. I know you reviewed the first, but I'm interested in hearing how you feeling about the Conan run right now. So yeah, but
So
I know you're gonna get to it.
Yeah, Marvel no longer has Conan.
Right?
Is it Titan Comics has taken it over?
But the same writer.
Yeah, Jim Zub.
Yeah,
and it's funny. Shit, I should pull it up. But yeah. It's basically a new Conan arc, a new creative team, a new label or a new publisher putting out Conan. And it's funny. All those I haven't checked the Marvel app, but I wonder if those Conan books are still on there. Because now they're advertising all those old Marvel comics in this book now. Like the omnibuses and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is funny. It was written by Grim Jim Zub,
Grim Jim Zub, is that what he called himself?
Yeah, Grim Jim Zub, Ravaging Rob De La Torre, Devious, color artist is Devious Dean White.
That's some old Stan Lee shit there. Jazzy John Romita.
Yeah, letters were Riotous Richard Starkings. And editor is Merciless Matt Murray. This is like totally old school 70s, 80s comics.
Well, I mean, like I said, that's pretty much what Conan, like I said, that whole Marvel, Sal Buscema? Yeah. Because he pretty much made those Conan comics,
Yeah. And totally written in that style. All those pulpy texts, narration, and very violent. So it goes harder than Marvel was going. And
that's
the
what I'm
art
saying.
is,
Like it almost feels like the shackles are loose on him now.
yeah,
That's what.
yeah, brutal, violent, awesome artwork. So this is basically it takes place. It's a younger Conan, so it's in his younger days where he's still like, fighting, exploring around, fighting. It turns out a zombie army of the Picts, which is another that savage tribe, kind of barbarian tribe that's in the Conan universe. They've been possessed by something, and they're basically a zombie army that's going around the land, just fucking place up. Conan meets up with a descendant from that tribe, this hot ass barbarian chick. She's a scout, and she's been trying to warn people like, yo, there's this evil coming, but no one believes her because she's a Pict, or she's from Picts are like considered like a lower class, like a minority underclass of a tribe from the forests, and Aquilonians were like rich assholes, so they looked down on her. So no one believed her that this zombie army was coming, and they start fucking up the place. Her and Conan basically travel and follow this army. They sneak and they follow the army. They're marching across the land. Every now and then they kind of stop and like look up to the sky, and like a light shines down on them, and like it's almost like they're being controlled by some magic, and then they keep going on and on. They eventually get to Samaria and fuck up Conan's people. And Conan goes there.
Already dead.
No, this is before that. So this is a younger Conan before his tribe was wiped out.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So Conan goes there and he fights a bunch of like the zombie Samaritans, because now his tribe has been killed and they resurrect as zombies. So he's got to kill a bunch of his, zombie tribal people,
aunts and uncles and shit.
Yeah. Okay. And then at the end he sees the horde going towards the fog, like in the up the hills, and they see there's some kind of like giant like cliff tower sprouting up out of the ground in the fog, and that's where it ends. So basically they don't know who's controlling this zombie horde and possessing everyone and turning everybody into like zombie armies and shit and just taking over the land. But this is all I added. Is this my book of the week? This is pretty cool too. There's a scene, of course, he ends up banging this chick, and they have a conversation, which I thought was really cool, where, she's like, basically she's like, wow, Conan, you make good love, basically. like how could a guy, this great warrior who can just kill her and murder her, what you are, but have the ability to bring such pleasure and shit like that, and he's like, well, he kind of just breaks it down. Well, yeah, the world's fucked up, the world, it's a hard world, and but sometimes you got to take time to find the beauty in the darkness. And I like that just sums up Conan.
I never thought about Conan like that.
Yeah, that just sums up how he is. He is just a guy, just roams around doing just going with the flow, living in the moment, going on adventure to adventure, adapting to whatever situation, and just, and even makes fun of her gods. Like, oh, I don't know why my tribe was wiped out, and the gods was cursed us, and blah 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 blah, and he goes, yeah, you go ahead and pray to your puny gods. They don't listen. Like my God, Crom, he don't listen to us. Yeah, he doesn't. We would pray to him, but he falls silent and he does nothing. You got to do it yourself. Like in the movie, he's like, right. The hell with you, Crom. I'll do it myself. He's like, you got to just do. You live life by your own rules, and take your own destiny in your own hands, and quit praying to these gods who don't listen. It's like that's such a Conan thing to say, So yeah, there was a bits of that, those little moments of his, you get the essence of his character come through. But other than that, I really liked it. The only thing I can critique is some of that writing gets a little long. Like every panel has, the sand crumbled beneath their feet as they trudged through the land, all that very pulpy writing, but like every panel had
it's cool to like start with like the first page, but after that you kind of like supposed to bleed away, but they just hit you with it. Okay.
Yeah, you can let the visuals tell the story as well. So as much as I enjoy that pulpy style of writing, it got a little redundant after a while, I felt. But other than that, I thought this was dope. Is this my book of the week? 4.5 out of 5? Is this my book of the week? I don't know.
And I see that's the same poster as the first movie. So
yeah. It's got the character from this book though in there. So, but yeah.
Cool. All right. So last book I'm going to do is Miss Marvel, the New Mutant, #1.
Okay.
So I decided to go ahead and get this. This may be my first.
Did.
Yeah, this may be my first Miss Marvel book I've ever read. Like with just her by herself. Like she's been in Champions and Avengers and X-Men, all shit like that. This is her. So why did I pick this up? The reason I picked this up because I was curious. They have a hook for this one. They have a gimmick for this one because this book has a new writer, and the writer is Amon, the Miss Marvel chick. The Miss Marvel chick, that's her. So the chick that's playing Miss Marvel is writing Miss Marvel, and I'm like, well, at least gotta see what that's like. I'm curious. Maybe she'll be the next. Who? Give me somebody. Jonathan Hickman. I don't know.
I hear she's a big, huge MCU fan.
That's okay. Here's the thing, because when like one of those Marvel movies where they said the 616 and Kevin Feige was blah 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 blah, like she went at him directly, like, no, that's not the 616. Like she corrected it. I was like, is he gonna fire her for saying this shit? Like, nah, the ball's on her. So now she can go like, Kevin Feige, I am the 616. I'm in this. I'm writing this shit. So basically, whatever she says now goes. Because she's writing the character, so
take his job. No.
Pretty much, yeah. So, but it's like, this is a gimmick shit. Is this just some shit? Just throw me some shit so I can write it on the way. Let's see how this goes. So that's why I'm curious to see what she's gonna give us. So, the book starts off with a dream. Oh, for those who don't know, well, I get to it anyway. It's a dream sequence. She's being introduced by Carol Danvers, the original Miss Marvel, as the new Miss Marvel. And all the superheroes, the Marvel superheroes are cheering her on. She's their favorite, Miss Marvel. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And they're like, "Don't worry, you won't let us down, Miss Marvel." And she has a one-on-one battle with herself. So it's like mental.
I don't know if you're noticing, but the screen isn't up.
Oh, it's me just doing shit. Oh,
yeah, you're doing pantomimes.
That's what I normally do when I do this shit. But yeah, there we go. Okay,
get your dolls out and.
Okay, I've got to look at that on the replay and see how that looks. Okay, all right. So, like I said, she's going against herself. So kind of like Kamala, and I've always screwed the name of Kamala versus Miss Marvel, like the expectations of Miss Marvel. That's what she's fighting against. So all the superheroes, like she's trying to, go against herself while the superheroes are rooting her on. But she's getting beat. She's getting slapped around by herself. So when she's getting slapped around, Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers, shows up and actually, do you need help? What if we send in the champions? No, you've outgrown the champions. You can't use the champions. What if we send in the Avengers? Nah, you don't fit right with the Avengers anymore either. Well, what if we send in the Inhumans? Nah, you don't fit right with the Inhumans anymore. So too bad you died before we could put you with the X-Men, and why she's getting her ass kicked in the dream like that. So yeah, and she wakes from the dream, and that's it. While she sees that every superhero has become her in a way. That part I don't get. It's like abstract, thinking going on. Anyway, she wakes up and she realizes she's been resurrected by the X-Men. And
the Krakoa,
whatever. And then we get Silver Surfer Doctor Strange. Why? I don't know. That part I don't get. I don't know. Anyway, Point is, we're here. She's in regular time. Now, like I said, I don't know much about the Miss Marvel comics, but I did watch the Miss Marvel TV show, and there are a lot of references to the TV show in this. Her best friend Bruno. Okay, so the thing is, she has been recruited to a summer program to Empire State University. Empire State is not a real university; it is a made-up Marvel university. Peter Parker went there and dropped out, but that's a whole other story. Point is, she got accepted. The family is wishing her there, and she's going to Empire State University. But the thing is, Empire State University has their science division is being ran by Orchis. So she's really going there on an undercover X-Men mission.
So
because
is this another Fall of X time?
It's another Fall of X book. Yes, it is smack dab in Fall of X. So yeah,
well, y'all must be loving this shit
because you can't read shit without like Fall of X. So yeah, but since nobody
X-Men,
another X-Men book, Iron Man, Captain America, they all in the X-Men shit now. So yeah, so the thing is, she has been, like I said, she's going to the science thing. She's in there, and she has to find out where Orchis is and what Orchis is doing on this. So while she's there, she meets her roommate. Her roommate name is Michelle. That's a roommate. And basically her and Bruno flirty, have a little, maybe they're gonna be like a triangle going on, love triangle. I don't know. Anyway, they leave, and while she leaves, she decides to sneak out and go underground to the subway to meet the X-Men. Because she's a new member. And she fights an alligator on the way also, we don't care. Point is, Sync and Laura, not young Laura, but old Laura, they give her a mission, basically what they're getting. Okay, so we know we got like
Wolverine,
a map.
Laura.
Yeah, X-23, but not X-23, okay. The old X-23. Because she was cloned in the Hickman run, but I'm not getting to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. The point is, yeah, it's a thing. I'm not gonna get into it. The point is, they found out that Orchis has an underground layer underneath Empire State University. So they're telling Kamala she has to find the underground layer and basically find out what's going on down there and report back to the X-Men because she's X-Men now. That's the mission. She's like, okay, I won't let you down. I get the job done. Because since nobody knows she's a mutant, she can go come and go as she please. So meanwhile, while we're doing all that, she realized she hasn't told they still got all these signs because now everybody hates the mutant because of the Fall of X shit. So she can't even she's afraid to even reveal that she's a mutant. But she realized that she has to and this dude in the red saying, hey, y'all want to join the comic book club? And Kamala like, nah, we ain't got time for this shit. We busy. And Bruno like, hold up. Something not right. How the fuck you turn down a comic book convention? Okay, McFly like knocking on the head and shit like that. And then she realized, okay, she's just gonna just straight up tell him what's going on. Before she tells him, she eats a euro. I guess you call it euro. That's what I'm gonna call it. So they go eat a euro, and she basically tells him everything that happened. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Emma Frost mind wiped everybody, so nobody knows that she died.
Oh, you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah. So nobody knows that. He don't even know that he attended her funeral. So she's dead. She dead. Came back. She's an X-Man and a mutant and an Inhuman, and she's on a spy mission from the X-Men right now. She's like, what? But the main thing he hears is that she died, and when he hears that, he hugs her. I like that was a sweet little moment right there. But then his alien detector goes off. That's the thing he had. So there's aliens here. So she Miss Marvel's out and then shows her new dynamic X-Men outfit. Even though everybody hates mutants are outlawed, she's got X's all over her outfit and she's wearing the X-Men colors and she's about to go into battle and shit. So she goes into battle, finds the alien, which is a Chitauri. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna fight the Chitauri. And one punches him. She's like, okay, I'm good, but I'm not that good. How the hell I one punch at Chitauri? But then she looks at Chitauri, and one of the arms have been cut off. It's got tubes all over and shit like that, cuts and bruises all over, stuff like that. So somebody has fucked up the Chitauri before he even got out. They're like, okay, that's not good. So, and she's talking to him, and he's like, below. He's just saying below the whole time. So, okay, that's what's going on. But then he started like laughing and beep, like, uh-oh. And then she grabs all the people, gets them away from him, and then the Chitauri blows up. And then everybody's looking at Miss Marvel and they see all the X's on her outfit and shit. They're like, oh, damn, Miss Marvel's a mutant. Damn, I used to like her. And they're like, oh, she did this shit. She's a terrorist and all this like this. So now they hate Miss Marvel. And now she shrinks down to like Ant-Man. So I guess she got Ant-Man powers and shit. So she just shrinks down to run away from him.
And Biggin and shit. Yeah.
And, I guess that's a thing. It may be a thing before, but I didn't know. So she runs away. And she turns back to regular Kamala and she hears everybody saying all the fucked up shit about Miss Marvel. Because now that she's a mutant, now they hate Miss Marvel because she's a mutant. So, yeah. So she's just in her bedroom. Bruno shows up and she's just like, okay, ain't it time for you to go sleep? But she doesn't want to go sleep because she don't want to have like another nightmare about what's going on. So she just make Bruno play video games with her all day. Oh no, it's not what you think. I think they just playing video games and shit. That's all. And then just stay up all night. While they're doing that, that's when the real villain is what's going on. And she's kind of like fading out. And when she's fading out, she's still having dreams about the X-Men doing that fucked up shit and Miss Marvel. Meanwhile, underneath ESU, that's when we get the Orchids having all the experience and shit like that. They were like, how'd you let Miss Marvel on campus? We supposed to have like mutant detectors and shit to find mutants. But since her mutant powers ain't kicked in, they can't detect her. So, and they let the target get away. And that's when that Omega Sentinel has showed up on campus. The same one that kicked the shit out of Magneto and Professor X at the same time by herself. And she's like, find me Miss Marvel. Because we're going to upload the Trojan horse virus into her and make her turn on the X-Men. So she's going to be the best thing and the worst thing that ever happened to mutant kind. To be continued. So,
oh shit.
Yeah. Overall, like, honestly, this was a strong story. I kind of like breeze over some shit like that, but this is actually a strong opening. It was a lot. We like, if you read the story, you kind of like got in the head of Kamala and find out what she goes, like her fears and what she's afraid of and your anxiety about not just being a mutant, but all this other stuff that's going on with her, going to college. You really understood her in this book. I was like, you felt her voice. And I was like, okay, that makes sense when you got, the person playing Miss Marvel writing the voice of Miss Marvel. Like her voice is strong. I like that. So this was good. Yeah.
It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I did read some of like G. Willow Wilson's run.
Yeah.
And it was cool because it was like she was like another Spider-Man, like the Peter Parker, the teenage superhero, balancing all the stresses of being a teenager and having superpowers. Like she nailed that. It was so refreshing to see that sort of story be told with this character, with another character that wasn't Spider-Man or.
I mean, whoever, the teenage angsty hero. Yeah, it's a trope, but it's a trope that works.
Yeah.
I mean, it works for a reason. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, I'm on board. I might stick with the last like 4 issues. I'm gonna see where this goes. Just to see, how she does the writing. Like, will she be the next Taboo? We don't know. So.
Oh man, don't do it like that.
But I'm thinking for her first issue, this is a strong start. I liked it.
Yeah.
So overall, 4 to 5. I give it to her. Like I said, she's on her way to being the next Alan Moore, Grant Morrison. That whole trippy shit at the beginning. I was like, okay, she got imagery and shit. It kind of got it, up his own ass for a second with Doctor Strange Silver Surfer after a while, but the whole her fighting herself in front of the Avengers, I got.
And that might be Marvel. Hey, we're doing this story. Why don't you throw this in there? Because we gotta, we're building an event for next summer. We need to start.
Could be. It could be. We're going with that. So. But yeah, that's what I got with that one. So yeah.
So I thought I was booked out, but I'm not.
Yeah, you had one more. I don't know what you got, but I know you got one more.
I got Hulk number 3. I totally
forgot
what
it was. Hulk number 3.
I think this is my book of the week.
You worse than me with the video game movies. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is Hulk number 3. Incredible Hulk number 3. This was dope. This is like Hulk is in the South trying to, on the run. He hulked out and the mother of monsters or somebody of demons or monsters. I don't know if it's Lilith or not. She basically set out all the monsters to go after Hulk because Hulk can, got access to the Green Door and all that shit. Hulk and this girl who is tagging along with him, they end up at this church full of zombies, like this zombie church revival, and they're doing a sermon, and they try to sacrifice Bruce Banner, but he turns into Hulk and starts whooping all the zombies' ass.
Now, did they know Bruce Banner was a Hulk when they tried to sacrifice? Oh, they knew that.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Because he's got gamma powers and shit. He's got access to gamma, and so they sacrifice him. They kill Bruce Banner, but it's Bruce Banner. He turns into the Hulk, starts fucking up all the zombies. So this book starts out right away. A big old Hulk taking out a zombie horde, and then the shit caves in, and there's like this underground lair where this like witch or whatever, the zombie preacher is like, yeah, we worship the coming of this like creature, this gamma powered creature or whatever, and it's just this big giant Cthulhu monster, and here's Hulk fighting that big giant Cthulhu monster, and it's pretty dope. He like, punches through it, and just it's Hulk versus basically a kaiju, and it's like just 5 pages of Hulk versus this giant monster, and it's pretty dope. And yeah, he basically kills the monster, and then they're like, okay, we got to take this guy out. We're gonna send another monster. Basically, they're just sending monsters after him. And the next issue has Man-Thing on the cover, so I'm curious to see what.
Oh shit! Okay.
So this is really going back into that monster movie motif that the Hulk was originally, meant for. Just a horror monster book, and it's going back to that, those roots, those horror monster movie roots of the Hulk. And I thought it's awesome. I'm digging the shit out of the book. The fucking art is dope. Story's cool. Yeah, right up my alley. 5 out of 5. Okay. It's my book of the week.
7.5 out of 5.
10 modons out of 10 out of 5 models.
Okay. Oh, they review this book on there, all the Hulk, and they loved it. They loved it.
I was watching, and then I started doing something, so I didn't finish watching that. This Geeks and Comics. I didn't finish watching the show.
Yeah.
Did they love this?
They did. Yeah, they love the Hulk. They love the Hulk book. They love the Hulk book, and they love the Batman vs. Catwoman book. So yeah. So
cool.
Like I said, anything else?
Shout out to Gomer and
shout out to Gomer. Definitely check out this Geeks and Comics. It's on this same page that we're on right now. So just click on over there. They pretty much talk about the same books, but they're going to talk about them in a different way than what we talked about them. So they don't talk about as many video games as we do, but that's okay. Yeah. So like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. Any more books you got, or
I'm booked out. This is another epic episode.
This is another epic. I don't know how, because there was so many damn books, and we got a customer book. We didn't even do TMNT versus Street Fighter came out this week.
Yeah, I read that too.
I'll worry about it later. I'll get the finale. But it was like I want to get Doomsday and Hell to get a chance to read that. So yeah, it was shit.
Yeah. I saw
Nord swimsuit issue came out. I didn't read that. This was kind of terrible. I read that shit.
Review it. Yeah.
Research purposes. Yeah, but it was a whole bunch of books came out. I don't know why everybody dumped all their books that right now, but that's what we got. Hopefully they have something next week for us to read. I mean, shit. So yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Next week I will be going balls deep into Starfield. I'm doing Starfield. I'm going all in it. I'm telling you everything. Ask me. We're gonna do a Q&A. Ask me whatever you want to know about it. I will have gameplay.
Stream the whole game.
That's all we're gonna do. This stream. This next issue.
A Leroy walkthrough.
Right. The next episode of this podcast would just be me just playing Starfield. That is it. That's it. Yeah, but I appreciate everybody listening. Definitely, if you listen more than 30 seconds, we appreciate you. After you listen to us, go to DC Comics. Tell us we sent you. Yeah. There we go. Since they want to send people over here, we send people over there. So yeah. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet.